everybody, and welcome back to the Nightmare Factory here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Brandon Benefield alongside the great GB, Gerard Bonner. We are here for Camp 19's Student Showcase, and what a show we have in store.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. A number of brand new superstars get their start tonight in the world of pro wrestling. This is going to be special.
Yeah, we can't wait. Let's get the show on the road and send it to the ring to the beautiful Diana Michelle.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Nightmare Factory Student Showcase, Class 19. My name is Diana Michelle, and I will be your ring announcer for this evening. We are streaming live on the Nightmare Family YouTube channel. If you guys are ready for our first match, let's get the show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 127 pounds, from Boston, Massachusetts, Diggy Underground, and his tag team partner, weighing in at 187 pounds, from Duluth, Georgia, Mr. Glass.
Well, we're kicking things off tonight here with tag team action, and as seems to be the custom, of course, here at the Nightmare Factory Student Showcase, you get a mixture. You get a mixture of people from the current camp along with previous campers working together tonight.
Of course, you see Dennis Glass there.
He's
And
Mr.
their
Glass to
opponent.
you.
Excuse me, Mr. Glass. In his previous camp, he was Dennis Glass. I need to correct myself
Well,
here, but
you know what happens sometimes.
I
Once
know.
you get out of the world, you start changing your name and all the things.
From New York City, Shane the Boulder Johnson, and his tag team partner, weighing in at 165 pounds, from the Catskill Tattoo Company. He is the Illustrated Man, J.D.
of course, we talked about guys from previous camps, JD Inc. you see there, but somebody from Camp 19 here, Shane the Boulder Johnson. Very excited to see this young man in competition here tonight.
One of the things that's so exciting about what we're going to see here tonight is a number of these superstars are having their debut match here in pro wrestling, and it's a moment that you'll never, ever forget, such as the case for Shane the Boulder Johnson and Diggy, 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 Can't You See? That's Diggy Underground to everybody else.
Ah, yes, yes. And you know, it's a tale as old as time. We've got Boston versus New York.
Yeah,
Here
and
tonight, Shane the Boulder Johnson from NYC. You've got Diggy Underground from the mean streets of Boston, Massachusetts.
Dorchester to be specific, and if you've ever been in Boston, you understand how different Dorchester is than the rest of Boston. So it's a really, really tough space. We're starting things off, of course, with Mr. Glass, that is the former Dennis Glass, and of course, Shane the Boulder Johnson.
You heard the bell there from our official, Lou Santiago. And now a collar and elbow tie-up, strong tie-up right in the center of the ring. The Boulder transitioning into a side headlock there on Glass.
You know, you look at Shane the Boulder Johnson. Interestingly enough, Shane Johnson and JD Inc. are both representing the state of New York.
Look out. Ooh.
JD Inc., of course, we'll talk about him in a second, but Shane the Boulder Johnson from New York City actually played football for 12 years and graduated from the University of Albany. Fun fact, my mom actually wanted me to go to that school, but I needed to get out of the
Heads up.
Yeah.
And a big double axe handle right to the arm there of Glass from JD Inc., the Illustrated Man in Glass. Very quickly making the tag out here to Diggy Underground.
So let's talk about Diggy Underground, because I think of just about everybody in this class, there's a unique personality characteristic about Diggy that you just cannot walk away from. It's got this somewhat dark look that is just wild to see. Certainly the smallest member of the class, but you know, big things, as they say, come in small packages.
That's right. He said, don't let his size fool you. He's big on intensity. Pin attempt here. Maybe not even a one count, a quick one count if it was. And Diggy, of course, telling us he grew up fighting in the streets of Boston. So he's all about the contact, the physicality here. And look at the strength, though, here of JD Inc. with its delayed vertical suplex.
I was going to say, one thing that you learn here is, you know, you may have all the reasons to get into the ring for training. Wow. But a suplex like that from JD Inc. will make you rethink everything you thought.
Another pin here, this time a 2 count. And Diggy able to get the shoulder up just in time.
Diggy Underground is being tested because, again, the mean streets of Dorchester are one thing. The wrestling ring is a completely different ballgame. And now we're going to see all sorts of things tested. Endurance, passion, it's being tested right now.
Another pin attempt here. The boulder there, hooking the leg, and Diggy still able to kick out there at 2.
You know, you
Big
mentioned,
scoop, big power slam there from the boulder. Hang on, another pin attempt here. And another 2 count.
I was going to say, I enjoy this this idea here, the strategy there from the boulder, and that is hit a move and then take full advantage of it, which is what he was doing. And it looks right now, at least, like he's somewhat wearing down Diggy Underground.
Another pin here after a big sidewalk slam, but Glass in there to break it up. Of course, JD Inc. now distracting the referee.
Wow.
And Glass and Diggy double teaming the boulder there.
And now Diggy getting some instruction there from Mr. Glass to bring the opponent right there into their corner. And this is good tag team wrestling, and that's the kind of instruction that you get from former campers when they come and visit the current camp.
Mr. Glass with some body shots and a big European uppercut there to Shane the Boulder Johnson, who's in trouble right now in enemy territory as Diggy Underground tags back in, and just a shot right to the face with that right hand.
You know, you got to wonder how much of the fighting instinct from Dorchester is coming through there for Diggy Underground.
Just stomping his opponent there is Diggy. Diggy going to roll the boulder over here and lay the boots to him one more time.
I was going to say, if you look at the size difference here between Diggy Underground and Shane Boulder Johnson, I mean, literally, the boulder is about double the size of Diggy. And so now you're seeing Diggy Underground really allowing his intensity to make up for his size deficiency.
We talk about the size there. You talk about the boulder persevering with a huge weight loss, a huge transformation prior to coming to the school here at the Nightmare Factory.
Absolutely. He lost literally 50 pounds. He was one of the guys who said, hey, you know what? I don't like my body. I don't like the way I'm living. I can be better. And he pursued a journey to become better. And I love that. That happens to be an interesting theme amongst a number of the campers in Camp 19.
Look at Mr. Glass here just toying with his opponent, stomping on the ankles there as the boulder was so close to making a tag here to his tag team partner, JD Inc. on the outside. And Mr. Glass, I almost said Dennis again, excuse me.
You got to be careful.
But Mr. Glass just really having his way here with the boulder, but the boulder finally saw that one coming and rolled out of the way just in time.
And I was going to say, Mr. Glass really doesn't care about the inspirational nature of Shane the Boulder Johnson. Yeah, it's great that you lost 50 pounds and all the things, but can you handle it in the ring? And that's what Mr. Glass is trying to prove. Meanwhile, Shane Johnson is just trying to fight his way over to get to the first man.
Spinning heel kick there from Glass. Glass hooks the outside leg, scoops the arm. Will it be enough? No, another 2 count. There's Shane Johnson able to get that shoulder up just in time. Now back to the front face lock goes Glass. Glass now tagging in Diggy Underground once again.
You know, one of the things that has inspired so many to be a part of the Nightmare Factory is the success rate that so many of those in the Nightmare Factory have found as they move on into varying spaces in pro wrestling. And these 2 young men, Shane Johnson and Diggy Underground, want to be among the latest to find themselves on national television.
Great counter there by Shane Johnson, but a big boot off the ropes from Diggy Underground. As we mentioned earlier, it's not about the size, it's about the intensity. Big splash, pin attempt, and another 2 count. Boulder able to get that shoulder up just in time.
You know, Diggy Underground tells a lot of story in his face. He hasn't said a whole lot, but his intensity is speaking volumes right now.
You know, it's interesting. You don't normally see the smaller person on the team be kind of the muscle of the team.
Right, but that's certainly the case here because, again, that fighting spirit, that, you know, he's antagonistic by nature. He loves to fight because of all that happened during his time there in Massachusetts. And, again, he's kind of inspired because, you know, there's been a long-standing rivalry between anything in Boston and anything in New York City.
Absolutely. He missed with that clothesline, though. And, man, what a collision. Both men hit hard in the center of the ring, and now both competitors down, and both men desperate for a tag.
You know what a test it is for both Diggy Underground and Shane Johnson completing their 12 weeks here. And now the tag in to the more experienced members here in this match, JD Inc. and, of course, Mr. Glass.
Glass missed with the clothesline. Pop-up spine buster there from the Illustrated Man, JD Inc.
The Illustrated Man, a former math teacher, once taught algebra, and now is figuring out all the formulas and the solutions to a potential victory
Looking
here.
for a pump handle slam there, but Glass able to escape. Now Inc. backs him into the corner.
Blind tag there, and JD Ink didn't see that.
Yeah, you're right. Ink didn't see it. Into the ropes he goes. High knee lift up under the chin. He goes to pin, but that's not the legal competitor there. Diggy Underground there with the boots right to the back now and the midsection
Well, I'll tell
of
you,
JD Ink.
you look too deep into the eyes of Diggy, and much like Biggie, you'll be hypnotized. And when that happens, Diggy starts to take control as he's doing right now over JD
Oh,
Ink.
hang on now. Diggy Underground looks like he might be taking the gloves off.
And now what in the world? Oh, wow, he's going to that bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle here, right to the side of the head of JD Ink. JD Ink trying to cover up.
You know, it seems to me like Diggy Underground has just a tinge of being unhinged in him, and that if you spend enough time with him, you let him loose, he's going to be a real problem.
Oh, boy. All the way to the top, and a huge clothesline from the top rope. Penitent here. Will it be enough? No. Ink able to get that shoulder up.
What I appreciate about Diggy Underground is he's willing to try something. It doesn't matter whether it's smooth or not. He will try it because he understands it has an impact, and now he's setting up for a move that he calls Pack 'em Up. We'll see if he can pull this off.
Ooh.
He tried.
He got caught there by Ink, and Ink hits him with the big clothesline.
JD Ink right now in full control, and now Ink is kind of reminding there, Diggy, indeed, who's in charge here. As JD Ink looks like he could be heading to the top.
You know, we've said it before, GB, at these previous camps. The former campers are kind of like the seniors, and these new campers are kind of like the freshmen.
Indeed they are, and speaking of blind tag, another blind tag there.
And Ink saw Glass coming in, hit him with a huge cross body. Meanwhile, the legal man is Shane the Boulder Johnson, and he's back in. Oh,
And
hang on now. A rock bottom from Johnson. Will it be enough?
He got him!
What a move and what a
Here
match.
are your winners,
Whoa.
the team of Shane the Boulder Johnson and JD Ink.
How about that? The Boulder hitting the rocks move.
A big move there, and it's all stone and hard to be, right?
How about that? What a matchup there. What a way to kick off Camp 19's Student Showcase. A big win for JD Ink and the newcomer Shane the Boulder Johnson.
And what a start to his career as well. Equally impressive start there for Diggy Underground, who I think has a really bright future, a dark look, somebody who we'll be paying attention to for a long time to come. Shout out to all of you joining us live on YouTube. Again, keep the conversation going by using the hashtag StudentShowcase19.
Fans, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come here at the Nightmare Factory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 220 pounds, from the open road, the Highwayman, Johnny Doe.
Well, we're set for singles action here, GB, as the Highwayman, Johnny Doe, making his way to the ring with, he's got him a refreshment there of sorts.
Indeed he does. The kind of refreshment that I hear gives you some liquid courage, apparently.
Apparently. Of course, this is not the first time we're seeing Johnny Doe here from a previous camp.
Yeah, originally part of Camp 14, and one of the things that we've learned is, you know, over time you really start to find yourself, and that is what Johnny Doe has been trying to do.
We're excited to see him here in singles action, but we're very excited for the newcomer here making his way to the ring.
Weighing in at 245 pounds, from LaGrange, Georgia, he is the Diamond Stud, Hollywood Adam Xavier.
And if you listen to the dulcet tones right now that are bringing out Xavier, here's one thing you're going to learn quickly. The voice you hear is that of Hollywood Adam Xavier. He was actually part of a metal band. He's the lead singer of the band Eastern Skies. And how cool is it to have your own music bring you out to the ring?
Very cool indeed here, as looks like Johnny Doe going to make his way back up to the ring apron. As Xavier set to go here, our official Paul Santa drawing the duties for this matchup. And there's the bell from our official. And we're officially underway here in this matchup here at Student Showcase 19. coming to you from the Nightmare Factory here in Atlanta, Georgia. And a great crowd here at the Nightmare Factory getting behind Xavier from the get-go.
Very, very interested in seeing really what both of these newcomers are going to be able to do. Obviously, a bit more experience there with Johnny Doe, but certainly the size advantage goes there to Adam Xavier.
Xavier driving Doe back into the corner, but look at the counter here. Johnny able to turn the tide there as our official now reprimanding Johnny Doe.
You know, and you got to wonder, for someone like Johnny Doe, who has been living his life on the open road, what exactly do you think is going through his head as he's trying to find himself?
Well, that's a good question. That's exactly what's going on. He's trying to find himself here, and that's why he's back here at the Nightmare Factory. He was here before, as we said, several camps ago. Apparently didn't find himself yet after 5 camps. So he's back for Camp 19, and he just had a huge arm wringer there from Adam Xavier.
Yeah, this is something very interesting, and you wonder sometimes, as you're in the process of finding yourself, how does it impact your ability to do what you do? You know, sometimes when you lose, you make adjustments, and you figure out, okay, maybe this will work, maybe that'll work. Now we're going to see how this works, particularly against a newcomer like Adam Xavier.
Johnny Doe ducks that clothesline into the rear waistlock. Nice transition there. Xavier counters. Standing switch, though, from Johnny Doe back into multiple standing switches here as both men trying to get a hold of the other.
So this is very, very interesting to see. And again, if you'll notice here, Adam Xavier is not a stranger here to the wrestling ring. He originally entered the pro wrestling business back in 2021, was trained by Dr. Tom Pritchard, but he's had a series of, dare I say, unfortunate events. It started, of course, he had an injury there to his shoulder that took him out of the business in 2021. Then he tried to get back in the business. Camp 17 he tried, and that didn't work. Camp 18 tried, that didn't work. So he has persevered, and some great things are starting to happen to him right now in Camp 19.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He had that shoulder injury, and then, you know, sometimes life just happens. But
Yeah.
here he is. He's back at the Nightmare Factory, and he's here for Camp 19, and so far looking very impressive in this one-on-one matchup. And, oh, wait a second now.
Oh, wow.
He's got the flask
Now,
of the Highwayman.
You want to be careful because those flasks can get a bit expensive. And the question really is, what kind of liquid courage is in there?
It looks like Xavier might be trying to – no, he hands it to the ref there.
Oh, wow. And that could create some problems, of course. The last thing you want to do is upset the the man who loves to travel.
Look at the strength here of Xavier, just muscling up the Highwayman, Johnny Doe, that delayed vertical suplex. All the blood rushing to the head there of Doe, and a pin attempt here by Xavier, but just a 2 count.
Count of 2 indeed. Hollywood Adam Xavier, you know, patterning himself after another Diamond Stud. The original Diamond Stud, of course, being the late, great Scott Hall. And if indeed you're patterning yourself after that WWE Hall of Fame legend, yeah, you've got a bright future ahead of you.
Yes, indeed, but he's taking some stiff right hands there from the Highwayman. But a counter here from Xavier. Into the ropes goes Doe. Up and over the back goes Johnny Doe, lands on his feet. But he needs to pay attention to his opponent here. He's looking at the camera.
Oh, wow.
And he takes a stiff right hand from Adam Xavier.
Adam Xavier, again, looking to follow in the long line of those who had the great rock and wrestling connection. Of course, many are familiar with that, of course, back from the 80s, dating back to Michael P.S. Hayes and the Fabulous Freebirds. You can throw in there Chris Jericho, arguably John Cena, and several others who have been connected in the world. Wow! What a big throw there from Hollywood Adam Xavier.
Nice spiel from Xavier after laying in the leather with those vicious chops. And now, the Highwayman. He's in trouble here as he rolls to the outside.
Indeed, Johnny Doe, who has spent quite a bit of time on the open roads, as he told us, of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And
now, wait a second. He throws his jacket right into the face of the official, and meanwhile, with the official distracted with that jacket, he claws at the face. He just raked the eyes there of Xavier. I don't know about that, GB.
Well, you know, that's probably one of the things that he found out there on the open road. And as Johnny Doe has been finding himself, he's found an advantage right now over the seemingly larger Adam Xavier.
Now Johnny Doe returning the favor with a knife-edge chop of his own here. Ooh,
wow.
Nobody home for that one.
Doe had a lot planned behind that chop, but there was nobody home. But look in the way at how Johnny Doe recovers from that. He ducked that, he missed that move, but then he came back with a big kick and a big body slam.
Look at the strength there with that scoop slam, center of the ring. Lateral press here for Johnny Doe, and just a 2 count.
You could argue the strength of Johnny Doe is rather deceptive. You'd look at him and think that he wouldn't be able to scoop up the larger Adam Xavier, but he proved us wrong, as he's been trying to do basically throughout his entire career.
Johnny Doe just trying to choke out Xavier here, but Xavier back to his feet with some back elbows right to the midsection, trying to break free of that chin lock, and he finally does.
You know, we talked about the strength there of Johnny Doe, but you know, you talk about strength. The strength of Adam Xavier to continue to persevere and pursue his dream of being a pro wrestler. I mean, he was injured in Camp 17. His car broke down in Camp 18. I mean, those 3 opportunities dating back to 2021 are enough to make you sit back and go, maybe this isn't for me. But he had another thought, and he's persevered, and here he is tonight.
And we talked about that previous shoulder injury there to Xavier, and you see that Johnny Doe has done his homework there as he's kind of targeted that shoulder throughout this matchup.
And that's a smart move there from Johnny Doe. You talk about the things that he's learned there while traveling the open roads, traveling the independents. He's learned how to, again, be a smart and strategic pro wrestler. And that's what you need to do if you're going to overcome the large size of Hollywood Adam Xavier. And
wait a second.
Whoa.
Now Johnny Doe's got that flask again, tucks it in his trunks, and now mounts that second rope and just laying in the right hands.
I didn't know he had a pocket there in his trunks.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what he's got in mind with that flask.
Well,
he's just laying in those right hands right to the forehead there of Adam Xavier. Now he's got the flask.
Now, what is he going to do with this flask, which has been in some rather unmentionable places? Well, he can't quite get it open, which I guess is
the top off first.
Well, you know, he secured it very well. He wanted to make sure that none of it would leak during the match, and apparently it's working. And, well, he puts it back in a secure place.
I guess he probably didn't want Xavier trying to drink any of it.
Well, I understand that. I really understand that. And now he's using it as a distraction for the referee. Almost tried to bite his opponent, but Adam Xavier got him to it and turned it into a front face. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, inverted atomic drop there from Adam Xavier, and another one.
A second one, and all of that may make him rethink the placing of the flask.
Wow. Johnny Doe landed high on the back of his head there with that release German suplex from Xavier.
And you're seeing the strength there of Hollywood Adam Xavier. It's why he calls himself the Diamond Stud.
Some big back elbows taking down Johnny Doe. Johnny Doe's still reeling now. I mean, he landed high on the back of his neck, the back of his head there.
He really did.
And now up on the shoulders of Xavier goes Johnny Doe, and a big power slam right in the center of the ring. Opting not to go for a pin here. That might be a mistake here, GB.
Certainly could be a mistake. I mean, you're looking at an athlete who played baseball, ran cross country, but you got to know how to finish it. And I think he had the opportunity to finish there, but he's got something else in mind here tonight. And he's sizing him up.
That's right. He's got Johnny Doe in his sights. Big pump kick, but he gets caught by Johnny Doe. But he caught him on the second time. And a double underhook into the nice DDT. Is it going to be enough? Hooks the outside leg.
Whoa.
Ooh, a long 2 count, GB.
I was going to say shades of Cactus Jack there. And now Hollywood Adam Xavier now having to rethink things. And I have to go back to that one moment that he had the opportunity to get the pin, and he did not go for it. I wonder if that's going to come back to haunt him at some point in this match.
It just might, as he just caught a cross chop right to the throat there from Johnny Doe. Johnny Doe now cocking back with that right hand, but he got caught there by Adam Xavier.
Adam Xavier.
Look at the strength of Xavier here as he fires away with that right hand to the jaw.
A certified personal trainer. He's got his marketing degree, intelligent, brilliant.
Oh, looking for a scissor kick, but nobody home. And a handful of hair there from Doe takes Xavier right back down to the canvas.
But all of that is being seemingly outsmarted right now by Johnny Doe, who heads up to the second rope. Johnny Doe has got some big plans right now, but he got caught.
Looking for a cross body from the second rope, but the stronger Xavier catches him up on the shoulder. No, Johnny Doe escapes off the back and takes out the left knee of Adam Xavier.
I don't think we've given Johnny Doe enough credit for his cerebral work here.
Oh, wait,
now,
heads up.
Look at that. Big moonsault.
Into the ropes goes Doe. A nice running kick right to the teeth.
Claymore-esque there by Johnny Doe.
Pin attempt here. Will it be enough?
And he, whoa.
Ooh.
So
That
right now
was
we're seeing the resilience right now of Hollywood Adam Xavier for sure. This is that same persistence and resilience that took him through 3 previous failed attempts in the business and brought him here to this moment.
The frustration just mounting on the face there of Johnny Doe, waiting for his opponent to get back to his feet.
And let's see. Oh, wow. He's counting down.
He's going to go for that kick one more time, GB, but this time he got caught. A quick roll-up here by Xavier.
Not
Just
quite
a 2
enough.
count.
You got to wonder, what is it going to take for either of these men to get the better of each other, as they both seem to be pulling out all the stops.
Oh, there's that big pump kick right in the middle of the ring. That time he caught Doe flush. Hooks the outside leg this time.
And he got him.
And that's going to do it, GB.
Here is your winner, Hollywood Adam Xavier.
Well, sometimes they say the 3rd time's the charm. The 3rd time was the charm for that move. The 4th time is the charm for him pursuing his wrestling career. And I gotta say, this is where timing is everything. It might not have worked previously, but now he's in front of a worldwide audience who is literally putting him on the trajectory to go to where he wants to be in this business.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely a big, big win here tonight at the Camp 19 Student Showcase for Hollywood Adam Xavier.
Huge, huge upside for him. We'll be seeing, I'm sure, more of him and Johnny Doe, but there's more of Student Showcase 19 on the way here on the YouTube channel for the Nightmare Factory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 205 pounds, from anywhere but here, he is the fur coat phenom, Jimmy Wild.
Wow. Somebody we're very familiar with here at the Nightmare Factory, now apparently going by the fur coat phenom, GB.
You know, one of the things that we have seen here from previous campers is a thing called evolution. And we've seen the evolution of now the fur coat phenom. But this is going to be fun.
And his opponent, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Houston, Texas, Alejandro El Conquistador.
Well, Alejandro El Conquistador is here, and I gotta ask already, right off the top, I heard, and I don't know if you heard this, but he is a descendant of the ever-famous Conquistadors, who of course have been here in the wrestling business.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that he is the second cousin removed from the nephew. Yeah, the nephew of Conquistador number 2.
How about that? Man,
Yeah.
you did your research
Listen,
tonight, GB.
that's what we do around here.
Man, oh man, there's a bell from our official Luz Santiago. And Alejandro El Conquistador set to go one-on-one here with Jimmy Wild, or the fur coat phenom.
This is, I think, going to be very, very interesting. You're seeing, of course, the legends. And you know, are you familiar with the Conquistadors?
Of course.
Yeah, they did some amazing things over several different eras here in this business. I don't know that they got their just dessert, and I wonder if Alejandro is going to give them the opportunity to carry on the family name.
Well, we'll see here as he's got a big opportunity against somebody we've seen at a number of showcases here. As look at Alejandro there, able to get out of that rear waistlock and counter into one of his own here on Jimmy Wild.
Now, we may have to double check this, but I do believe that Jimmy Wild may hold the record for the most appearances at a student showcase. Ooh, because I believe this is his 12th appearance here, dating all the way back to camp number 7.
Well, how about that? And I think you're right, GP, is Alejandro now just having fun with Jimmy Wild, and Jimmy Wild taking exception to it.
Alejandro, again, representing the Conquistador legacy, doing something that we haven't seen the regular Conquistadors do, and that is come unmasked.
That's right. And I don't know, that might have served him poorly there because he just caught a thumb to the eye.
Very
Maybe if he had the
true.
mask on, it wouldn't have happened. But
It would have served for great protection.
Yeah, exactly. Into the side headlock goes Jimmy Wild here.
And so, again, Jimmy Wild, we talked about his experience there dating all the way back to Camp 7. He has had an opportunity to prove what we've said about those who have graduated from from the Nightmare Factory. It really does put you on a trajectory to battle some of the greats. He's been in the ring with legends like Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I mean, he's really had the opportunity to sharpen his skills in that regard.
Alejandro there slamming on the brakes, did not quite go all the way out to the outside. He's going to get sent into the ropes here, though, by Jimmy Wild. Ducks a clothesline, does Alejandro. Ducks another one. Alejandro up and over the back of Jimmy Wild, going to send Wild down into the ropes and get a picture-perfect drop kick there from Alejandro El Conquistador.
Nicely done by Alejandro, of course, representing Houston, Texas. Houston, a huge pro wrestling city. Shout out to our friends over at Reality of Wrestling. And again, so many things going on in the wrestling world. Alejandro El Conquistador has a huge opportunity ahead of him in front of a worldwide audience tonight.
Jimmy Wild with a big rake to the back there on Alejandro, going to send the newcomer right into the ropes there, right into the corner with a big shot right to the chest.
You know, thinking about Jimmy Wild and the many legends that he has been in the ring with, you and I both had the opportunity to do work again with Hall of Famers and the like. What kind of experience does that do for you when you've had a chance to sit with those legends?
Man, oh man, sling blade after sling blade here from Alejandro to Jimmy Wild. But to your question, GB, that just sharpens your toolkit. You know, if you're Jimmy Wild, you've been in the ring with so many big stars, big names like that. It does nothing but make you a better wrestler.
Absolutely, and you certainly remember some things, and that gives you obviously a huge advantage as opposed to El Conquistador, who, you know, certainly a great opportunity. He's had some amazing trainers here, but there's nothing quite being actually in the ring, going at it one-on-one, which he is learning right now.
Jimmy Wild taking out the feet there of Alejandro. Alejandro hit hard there on the canvas, and now back up to his feet, but a big right hand from the fur coat phenom. It's going to take me a minute to get used to calling him that, GB.
For sure. You look at El Conquistador, Alejandro El Conquistador. Shout out to him who served in the U.S. military in the Marine Corps, and he also spent some time living in his native Mexico as well for 5 years. So, yeah, he's well-rounded, but right now all of that is being put to the test against the far more experienced Jimmy Wild.
Yeah, he hit hard with those ribs right into the turnbuckle, and now a spinning neck breaker there from Jimmy Wild to Alejandro. Alejandro struggling to get back to his feet here. Jimmy Wild now just kind of playing with his food here. Hooks the outside leg, but no, just a 2 count.
Yeah, Jimmy Wild's got to be careful with that because it's very, very easy to take someone like El Conquistador, take him lightly. Because, again, you know it's his first match. You know he's got nerves. You know he's realizing, okay, he might be in slightly over his head. And if Jimmy Wild does not continue to put his foot on the gas, he could be in trouble before the night is over.
Jimmy Wild just trying to slow down the pace of the match here. You saw the hand placement just covering the nose and the mouth of Alejandro, making it hard to breathe. But Alejandro there with those back elbows to the midsection, now finally breaking free of that hold.
And you can see that El Conquistador is really at the space where he's trying to figure things out on his feet right now while being worn out there by Jimmy Wild. But there, a nice reversal as El Conquistador got caught. It seems as though every time he tries something, Jimmy Wild has an answer for it.
Jimmy Wild always a couple of steps ahead here. Slingshots in with that flipping senton right to the chest of Alejandro. And now Jimmy Wild just playing to this crowd here, and they are letting him have it, GB.
Yeah, that is that helo that was made very famous by Eddie Guerrero, and Jimmy Wild is really kind of doing that to get under the skin of Alejandro El Conquistador.
That's right, Alejandro, of course, some of his big inspirations. You talked about Eddie Guerrero being one of them. John Cena, of course, and then, of course, the head coach here at the Nightmare Factory, Cody Rhodes. Ooh, there's a stiff shot right to the midsection there from Jimmy Wild, and now face first goes Alejandro right into the top turnbuckle.
And I'll tell you what there, Jimmy Wild has been in complete control. What do you think El Conquistador has to do to be able to try to get an advantage in this contest?
He's got to get back to his feet because right now, Jimmy Wild now perhaps looking for the Three Amigos.
Again, another ode to Eddie Guerrero, or basically trying to kind of stick it there to Alejandro.
Oh, no, wait a second. Alejandro, though, counters. And now, Alejandro looking to hit the Three Amigos.
And it looks to me like El Conquistador needed somebody to press the passion button for him.
Well, there's two. Is it going to be three? There's a trifecta.
Something happens when you get irritated. You get angry. And as they say, you won't like me when I'm angry.
Our official there implementing that 10 count as both men are down.
And now this fan base is fully behind Alejandro El Conquistador. Will it be enough to get him back in this contest?
Both men, so much taken out of him right now. Kind of taking their time to catch their breath, regroup a little bit as both men now struggling, trying to get back to their feet.
Alejandro El Conquistador looks like he's trying to figure out what's next. Meanwhile, Jimmy Wild trying to get his wits about him.
Whoop. Big right hand.
And when all else fails, go to fisticuffs, go to blows.
Jimmy Wild misses with that clothesline. And a huge shoulder tackle there from Alejandro.
That shoulder tackle is reminiscent of another of his favorites, that being, of course, John Cena. And speaking of John Cena, this is starting to look like some of the moveset that we've seen from the one that many call the greatest of all time.
Wait a second, maybe looking for a stomp there, but Jimmy Wild saw it coming. Quick roll, just a 1 count though, as Alejandro able to get the shoulder up.
That missed stomp attempt. But now look at this.
A ripcord high knee right under the chin from Alejandro.
Impressive
and
there.
Wild might be out here. No.
Whoa, awfully close there.
Jimmy Wild barely able to get that right shoulder up.
And I think, again, this is where Alejandro may be, he's been underestimated the whole time, and Jimmy Wild might be regretting not putting him away earlier tonight.
You know, earlier I talked about Jimmy kind of playing to the crowd there when he should have been focused on his opponent, and you're right, GB, it might come back to bite him here.
It's certainly, oh, wow.
Step up enziguri there from Jimmy Wild. And now Alejandro in trouble.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
That neck breaker.
That could certainly do it.
No,
Whoa.
wait a second. Are you kidding me? Alejandro able to kick out after that vicious neck breaker from Jimmy Wild. I don't believe that, GP.
Yeah, it's amazing. Again, we're seeing indeed just how resilient Alejandro El Conquistador really is. And that could be, again, from that military background that he had.
Hang on. Another counter here. And another 2 count.
Lots of near falls here. And now,
look at it.
Oh, wow.
He might not have caught all of it. He was going for a springboard cross body there.
Yeah,
or
but
maybe even a disaster kick.
But it certainly landed there on the leg of Jimmy Wild, which could have caused even more damage potentially.
Now Alejandro struggling to get back up. There he is. He's back up now. A big stomp right in the center of the ring. That might put Jimmy Wild away here.
And he got him.
Here is your winner, Alejandro El Conquistador.
Alejandro El Conquistador persevered through a wild challenge there from the fur coat phenom and turned that into an amazing debut victory.
Absolutely. What a big victory win. What a way to come back there. You know, those ropes get a little sweaty, all that perspiration. You might not connect with the high-risk move. It's not ballet, folks.
Oh, it's definitely not. And considering how winded he was, he went through an awful lot. But again, huge character, huge win there for Alejandro El Conquistador.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for 1 fall.
Oh, boy.
Well, we know that music.
Introducing first, weighing in at 315 pounds, from Asheville, North Carolina, Big Bad Warden!
We know that music and we know that scowl. That's Adrian Ward, wrestling's warden, the Big Bad Warden. No stranger here at the Nightmare Factory.
Absolutely, dating all the way back to Camp 2, the inaugural Nightmare Factory champion, and he's never been happy. Never, ever, and tonight seems to build that narrative.
Yeah, I do not envy his opponent here tonight, GB.
Not at all. The opponent's going to have a tough hill to climb.
Weighing in at 250 pounds, from Wichita, Kansas, Arthur A. Royal!
Well, it's the debut of Arthur A. Royal here in Camp 19. It's his inaugural match, and boy, can you imagine being back in the locker room, looking to see who your opponent is, and your name is across from the Warden?
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
Yeah,
but,
I think I might have asked a trainer, like, please, can you do this again? Pick my name again. Put me against somebody else.
Yeah, put my name back in the hat here, and let's try that again. But that's the case here for Arthur A. Royal in his debut matchup He's got the big bad Warden, as you mentioned, the first ever Nightmare Factory champion.
Just to show you how large the Warden is, Arthur A. Royal is 250 pounds, and he looks like a little child compared there to the Warden.
The Warden. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
That's not going to work.
The Warden's always been so persuasive when it comes to asking for support. I think he might be good at fundraising. What do you think?
I don't know about that, but of course, Arthur A. Royal, a little bit of a athletic background here as a mixed martial arts. He's trained in judo, jiu-jitsu, and now trying his hand at professional wrestling here.
Yeah, and he's going to need to perhaps pull on all of those disciplines to find a way to get past the Warden. Let me ask you this question. You know, what do you do and what do you think your strategy is when you go up against an opponent that is larger than you, that has more experience than you, and could perhaps intimidate you? How do you prepare for that?
Prepare for it? I don't know. I thought you were going to ask what would I do, and that would be
Well,
roll
what
out,
would you do? Yeah,
roll out of
sure.
the ring and go home.
Well,
Just take the count out loss.
wow.
But in this case, look at these two big bulls going back and forth, exchanging blows. I don't know how you prepare for somebody like the Warden. Ooh, big
I'll
step
tell
of
you.
Enziguri there. Look at the athleticism here for the big man.
I'll tell you what, Arthur A. Royal, he told me before the show that he's been deeply inspired by the black and gold era of NXT, which happened to be one of my favorite.
Whoop.
So many greats were in there. And when you look at guys like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, you think to yourself, yeah, as a smaller competitor, you can handle your larger opponents. And perhaps he's drawing from that inspiration here tonight.
Oh, how about this? Look at this clothesline, taking the big man over down to the floor. Arthur A. Royal with a big-time clothesline on the Warden.
Arthur A. Royal, he's got plans. And what is he going to do? He looked like he might have been. Oh, here he goes. He's got plans.
Looking to fly here. No, a baseball slide drop kick right through the ropes and right to the teeth of the Warden.
I'm very, very impressed. I'll tell you what, all of those disciplines, the discipline of MMA, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, really they just build his fight resume and they build that resilience in him.
Penitent here? No, just a one count.
And so we're seeing what Arthur A. Royal is made of. Again, he somehow landed the largest man, certainly to come out of the Nightmare Factory over these camps. And he's not backing down from this.
Looked like he might have been going for a DDT there, but Warden countered out of it and then sent Arthur A. Royal shoulder first into the ring post.
And now,
Ooh, there's a big-time clothesline
massive
from the big bad
clothesline.
Warden.
Indeed. You know, you look at the Warden, who again, oh wow.
You know, the Warden's been all over the independent scene over the last few years, and every time you see him, he shouts at the crowd that he's not crazy.
Yeah, and the real question is, who's he trying to convince, them or him?
Yeah, because I'm not convinced,
Oh, no.
if I'm being honest.
By no means, but I'm not going to tell
Unless
him.
he's going to listen to this later, in which case I'm just kidding. I was just kidding.
Yeah, we're just talking, sir.
Yeah. But
I'll
Arthur
tell-
A. Royal in trouble here. Is he trying? He's clawing and scratching, trying to get back to his feet here.
You know, I don't think Arthur A. Royal is trying to argue whether or not, he's not caring about the mental state right now of the Warden. I think he's caring more so of how in the world can he make some degree of a comeback here tonight.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Royal now just trapped in the ropes here, and the Warden. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
That whiplash-like maneuver there. Just slingshotting Royal, and he falls back into the ring. And look at all the damage that does to your neck, GP.
And
Man.
once again, you know, you look at the Warden who is spending some time just kind of looking at his food, so to speak, and talking to the crowd. And I wonder if that's going to be a mistake, if instead he should stay on top of Arthur A. Royal and go after the victory.
And now just wrenching the neck, the head and the neck there, putting all that pressure there on Arthur A. Royal is the Warden. And talking trash while he's doing it there. Insult to injury, GB.
I'm just going to tell you, the worst kind of beating to take is the one where your opponent is not just beating you, but talking trash to you at the same time.
Well, somehow Arthur A. Royal got back up to his feet, and he's trying to deliver some body shots here, trying to break the hold of the Warden. But the Warden changes grips, and he finally, though, Royal breaks free and hits a big right hand.
Yeah, A. Royal is basically trying to lean on his combat experience, but that did not work for him, as it was countered very well there by the Warden.
The Warden now checking his teeth, uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
The Warden asking, does Arthur know who he knows who he is? I think we all know who he is.
I don't know that A. Royal knows who he is right now, because the way he's being kicked in the head, he might have forgotten where he is right now.
That's true. He might, yeah, you're right. I don't think he knows where he is anymore, GB.
Yeah, I don't know that he even knows his name.
Big clubbing forearm there from the Warden right to the chest. And now going right to the nose and the mouth area, making it hard to breathe. The elbow right, that might break your nose there, GB, with the elbow right to the nose, the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, it's a really, really rough time right now. And I'm concerned for Arthur A. Royal because what's happening is he's getting beaten and it seems like there's no end in sight because the Warden is taking his time with this. The Warden is not in any sort of rush to try to get a pinfall or anything. He is enjoying beating his opponent up, and that does not bode well for Arthur A. Royal.
Uh-oh. We got a great crowd here at the Nightmare Factory, but they are not doing us any favors here, just getting under the skin of the big bad Warden with the crazy chants.
And they're definitely not doing A. Royal a favor.
Oh, heads up.
Oh, twisting elbow there, but that was missed, and that could be the break that Arthur A. Royal needs.
Yeah, that might have been the turning point right there. If Arthur could get back up to his feet. But he's had so much taken out of him right now, GB. Just look at his face as he's just kind of gasping for air, trying to breathe, trying to get back to his feet here.
You know, and I can imagine those who have thought about training for pro wrestling, whatever your thoughts are, once you actually get in that ring, everything changes, and you realize how tired you can be from the beatings that you're taking. And so now we're going to have to see the reserve of Arthur A. Royal, and he's starting to pull into it right now and putting a little bit of power behind these clotheslines.
Arthur ducks the clothesline there, gets a big one of his own, and he finally got the big man off his feet.
And
the Warden is down, but he's right back up.
I was going to say, that's definitely exciting. Look at this!
A massive spine buster to the Warden. Pin attempt here by Arthur A. Royal.
Whoa.
No, a 2 count.
Super close there for Arthur A. Royal, who, as you can see, this is interesting. Many might be frustrated after you dish out a major blow like that, but instead, he's not frustrated. He's just thinking about what's next for him.
He charges in, but he ate a back elbow there from the Warden. And the Warden trying to get his wits about him, but he catches Arthur A. Royal into, a huge sit-out power bomb. Will that be enough for the Warden? No, somehow A. Royal able to kick out.
I got to give it to Arthur A. Royal. He's unorthodox in his approach, but his fighting spirit cannot be denied as he continues to stay in this contest against the Warden.
You know who I am?
Uh-oh.
Camp One. First ever Nightmare Factory champion.
Oh,
and
boy.
You used to be in the ring with me.
Well, fans, you hear it at home. The Warden letting Arthur A. Royal know. But wait a second, a counter here by Arthur A. Royal into another pin and another 2 count.
Arthur A. Royal was getting an education there.
Hang on. Impaler DDT
and this
by
could be
Arthur
it.
A. Royal. Will it be enough? Both legs hooked.
He got him.
I can't believe it. I can't
Here
believe
is
it,
your
GB.
winner, Arthur A. Royal.
Arthur A. Royal pulled off an incredible victory literally from the jaws of defeat. It certainly looked like the Warden, who had been dominating this contest, it looked like he had this in the bag. But again, you only have to be 3 seconds better, and that is what Arthur A. Royal proved tonight in his debut contest.
Man, oh man, I was having trouble getting the words out there, GB, because I was so shocked at what I was seeing.
Yeah, it was amazing to see, and I gotta tell you, what a bright future ahead for Arthur A. Royal, who would love to follow in the footsteps of those he admired from the black and gold era of NXT. Could that be in his future? Only time will tell.
What a massive win for this young man, and the future is bright for Arthur A. Royal. Don't go anywhere, folks. A lot more to come here at the Nightmare Factory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 223 pounds, from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the force of nature, Storm Rider!
GB, I don't know if you just noticed this, but like it seems like clouds just rolled in. It kind of got dark in here. I feel like there's a storm brewing.
Well, there definitely was. I mean, we saw even earlier today, like massive rain all over the area. Indeed, a storm was a-brewing, and that's because the force of nature made his way here to the Nightmare Factory. Storm Rider is here.
And his opponent,
Right, you saw him coming out there with that Hannibal Lecter-like mask. The Cottonmouth, John Killings, making his debut here tonight, GB.
Well, I'll tell you what. Of all of the campers here tonight, I think this match holds two of the most different kind of cats that you can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about a clash of styles.
For sure.
This one will be interesting indeed as our official Lou Santiago calls for the bell.
You've got the force of nature, the Storm Rider, who is here taking on a guy who, well, as you can tell from the way he came out here, he's a little bit different. He likes life a little bit different, and his life looks like this. He really wants to be a deathmatch rider.
How about that?
And he's starting the match again with two sling blades.
A couple of sling blades, looking for a cutter as well. Off the ropes goes the Cottonmouth, but he gets caught here by Storm Rider.
It's wild to me because it seems very clear that suddenly the pace for this entire match quickened exponentially.
Nice drop step there by Storm Rider into a release German suplex. And man, Cottonmouth just landed hard on the back of his head.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to be a deathmatch wrestler, you have to love pain, you have to love punishment, and that is certainly the case for Cottonmouth John Killings. And let me just address the elephant in the room right now. He is no relation to Ron Killings, a.k.a. Ron Cena.
Right. I made sure to ask him that before the show, because you never know. You just never show. You never know. But hey, I tell you what, you talked about John Killings and his love for the deathmatch scene. Well, he grew up, his grandfather showing him old tapes of Cactus Jack and Terry Funk in Japan. I mean, no wonder he's into the deathmatch scene.
It makes perfect sense. Shout out to his grandfather who, kind of helped him into the ways of all things pro wrestling. But meanwhile, none of that seems to matter there to the Storm Rider, the force of nature, who has only been wrestling for 6 months. But for him, wrestling is indeed in the family.
Absolutely. Of course, we've seen him on the independent scene around Georgia over the last several months as part of a tag team known as Northern Thunder. He actually tags along with his brother London Lightning, who we're actually going to see later on in our main event.
Indeed, we will. It's exciting. There's a theme song that runs around here that says wrestling has more than one royal family.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you, one of those families happens to be this family involving Storm Rider. As you mentioned, his brother is involved in this business. We'll see him a little bit later. And his brother, London Lightning, really inspired Storm Rider to hop into the business.
That's right. We asked him about some of his inspirations. Man, look at the strength there of Storm Rider. We talked about his inspirations. Of course, you mentioned London Lightning, along with Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, the head coach here, Cody Rhodes.
It's funny you mentioned Brock Lesnar because that throw and that Beal we just saw was certainly reminiscent there of the Beast Incarnate.
And man, look at the force, the strength there from Storm Rider, sending John Killings spine first into that top turnbuckle.
And I'll tell you what, this is a very interesting clash of styles. We talked about that before. You have the run and gun style there of John Killings, but the force of nature certainly tends to be more ground and pound. He certainly seems to be all about, more technical and smash mouth style.
John Killings in so much trouble there as he had his neck just draped across that middle rope by Storm Rider. Storm Rider now with a rear waist lock. A huge release German suplex.
Good
and he nearly sent John Killings out of the ring.
He certainly did, and John Killings may be rethinking everything he thought he knew.
Pin attempt here.
Oh, wow.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Just a one count as Storm Rider with a handful of hair just pulls Killings up.
Now, of all the things we've seen all night, we've not seen anybody literally pull up someone from a one count. That says to me that the force of nature is looking to exhibit more control here tonight.
Some arrogance there from Storm Rider with a big-time scoop slam, and you see John Killings holding his ribs there, just trying to catch his breath, trying to get back to his feet, and he gets brought up the hard way here. And Storm Rider going to send him across one more time. No. Well,
boy,
belly to belly. Oh,
nicely
man.
done.
And Killings just got planted.
And it looks to me almost like Storm Rider is more interesting in showing off how many moves he can pull off tonight as opposed to actually getting the win. And that could be a problem here.
Storm Rider saying Killings is not going to get up from this one. What does he have in mind here, GB?
Here we go. Oh, boy. Another.
Oh,
wow.
What a power slam from Storm Rider.
It was a suplex combination into the power slam. It's a very unique move that we don't see often in the wrestling business.
And now up on that second rope, just jawing at the crowd here. And you'd think you'd pin his opponent here and go for the win.
I was going to say, that gets back to what I was saying a little bit earlier, that the force of nature.
And now just a 1 count. Now,
Uh-oh.
the Cottonmouth is fired up, GB.
I was going to say the force of nature has a bad
Ooh.
force of habit of looking at the crowd, but I'll tell you what, that ground and pound style works. One clothesline seemingly took all of the fight there out of Cottonmouth.
You know, these deathmatch wrestlers, and of course, here we have the Cottonmouth who wants to be a deathmatch wrestler. They're gluttons for punishment.
Whoa.
And wait a second.
Is this the first time we've seen a steel chair show up here at a student showcase?
Yeah, we usually don't see the competitors go out to the crowd there and grab a chair here, but that's exactly what Storm Rider has done.
And you got to be careful, Storm Rider, because that's grounds for disqualification here.
And he's doing it right in front of the official, our official Lou Santiago there, trying to get the chair away from Storm Rider. And meanwhile, wait a second, he went for a pump kick, did the Cottonmouth, and he got caught. But a step up enziguri from John Killings. And now Storm Rider gets sent out of the ring, down to the floor.
John Killings now. And now we're seeing him, he's going after his opponent here.
Both men now on the outside. Storm Rider trying to recover from that kick. Oh, heads up.
Oh, wow.
Right here next to us, GP.
Whoa, this is getting a little too close for comfort here.
Heads up and right into the wall went John Killings.
What in the world there? This was certainly, I'll tell you, this is starting to get a bit unhinged, and I'm getting a little nervous here.
It looks like Storm Rider is going to be okay with a count out here as he's trying to get the referee to just go ahead and count this guy out.
But again, as I mentioned
the
before,
straps are coming down.
Oh boy, shades of Kurt Angle. Oh wait, what is he about to do? What is he about to do?
Wait a second. Oh!
Wow.
John Killings saw it coming. And
What?
Oh my! Are you kidding
my
me?
God!
Are you kidding me?
What just happened here?
Unbelievable!
Oh my God!
Right here next to us, Storm Rider just got speared through a door by John Killings, the Cottonmouth.
Are you kidding me?
We've never seen anything like this. It's been 19 showcases here in the Nightmare Factory. We've never seen this.
There's a first time for everything. I don't know how in the world the Storm Rider's getting out of this. We've seen a lot of things in our day. We have not seen anything like this here at a student showcase, no less. I think somebody needs to check on these guys.
Our referee's at a 3 count here. Both men still down.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Storm Rider now, I spoke to Cine. He's climbing out now, climbing out of that closet or wherever that was. And look who's walking out on his feet.
And he's smiling. The Cottonmouth is smiling. This guy is unhinged and deranged.
John Killings with the upper hand here. Heads up, heads up.
Oh, boy.
Pieces of door go flying. Now, John Killings has a steel chair.
Oh, boy.
And this match has just devolved into absolute chaos.
Let's be clear. This is not a death match, John Killings. This is a regulation-sanctioned match. We're not supposed to be using chairs and the like. No,
man, oh,
wow.
Wait a second. With the referee distracted by the chair, a low blow from Storm Rider.
It's limbo. How low can you go?
No, wait a second.
He kicked out.
Killings still able to get the shoulder up just in time, and the crowd is going crazy for John Killings.
This could be the craziest match we've ever seen at a student showcase.
Storm Rider frustrated now, getting in the face of our official.
What in the world? Wait, somebody tell me, though, how is the Storm Rider even standing after being sent through that door?
That is a great question.
It's a wooden door.
A great question. No, wait a second.
You pushed the referee.
The referee's down now.
What? This is complete anarchy right now. What is going on here?
Obvious grounds for disqualification here. The referee's out. A shot in the midsection there from Killings.
And now.
Oh, and a DDT right on the steel chair.
That certainly shades there of Cactus Jack. And the great matches from FMW.
A cutter on the chair from Killings to Storm Rider.
What in the world?
The referee now coming to here.
Come on here. He got him.
And the Cottonmouth did it.
Here is your winner, Cottonmouth John Killings.
Okay, we've had the privilege of being here for 19 different camps. We've been to every single one of them. Never have we ever seen a matchup of this magnitude happen at a student showcase between two newcomers. This is insane.
That was absolutely nuts, GB. You're right, and that's got to be considered an upset here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely an upset, but I'm still stuck on this door. Who's going to replace the door here?
That was right next to it. It was so loud.
It was incredibly loud.
Oh, my gosh. We've still got more to come here, folks. What a night so far here for Camp 19 Student Showcase at the Nightmare Factory.
This is insane, guys. I want to hear what you guys think about this on these socials. Hit us up right now and use that hashtag Student Showcase 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
Well, Cameron Cash is here. We first saw her back at Camp 17, and I'll tell you what, she had an attitude then and has even more of an attitude now.
Well, she had an attitude then. She also had all of her
And
teeth
her
there.
opponent.
Well, it's funny what happens in the wrestling business.
Now her attitude's even worse since then, and probably because of what happened.
Well, I understand that.
It was one of those matches where it was you should see the other person.
From Atlanta, Georgia, Riley Judah.
Well, this is a unique situation because it's not every day that we get two opponents from varying camps. But that's what we have here. We have Riley Judah, who was a part of Camp 18. We've got Cameron Cash representing Camp 17. I'm excited to see what these two young ladies have learned since graduating the Nightmare Factory earlier this year.
Absolutely. You mentioned it, GB. One from Camp 17, one from Camp 18. Since graduating from these camps, they've both gone on to run the roads here on the Georgia independent scene. And they've tagged together, they've faced off against each other. There's quite a complicated history between these two women.
Indeed it is, both of these women. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so dangerous when you're in the ring with someone who you know extremely well, such as the case, of course, between these two young ladies, Cameron Cash and Riley Judah.
Nice side headlock takeover there from Cameron Cash with 2 Ks.
With 2 Ks and minus 1 tooth. I'm sorry. I'm really trying.
And look at this counter here by Riley Judah. Riley Judah into the side headlock now on Cash. Judah going to get sent into the ropes, and a big shoulder tackle off the ropes from Judah.
I'll tell you right off the top, one of the things that I see with these two young ladies, an abundance of confidence. They look so different, so much more secure than they did, of course, during their first match, which I would imagine.
Ooh, pin attempt, hang on. And Judah almost got the win there, GB.
So let me throw this question at you. You talked about the fact that at one point these two young ladies were tag team partners and then having to face each other. We've been tag team partners now for well over 5 years. What would it feel like to you if you had to do something against your tag team partner?
Oh, I wouldn't like it at all.
Well, I got to imagine that they wouldn't like this either.
As long as you don't go knocking my teeth out or anything.
Well,
we'll be all right.
I mean, that's the thing, and you've got to wonder at what point do either of these hold these types of things against each other because they've known each other for so long, because they've worked with each other for so long, and now they're on a worldwide stage having to go tooth and nail.
I see what you did there. Our producer even saw what you did there, too.
Well, hey, I'm just saying.
But I tell you what, GB, what makes it so complicated, you talk about the difficult relationship that these two have had with each other, but they faced off so much, they've teamed together so much. That's what makes it so tricky in this type of matchup. They know each other so well. They know what they're going to do next.
For sure, and that's where it's hard to get an advantage, because when you know the moves of your opposition, now you have to kind of pull out something that perhaps your tag team partner was unaware of. And that's what I'm wondering what's going to happen here as we see again Cameron Cash in complete control.
Cash now with a big-time neck breaker on Riley Judah. Looking for a pin attempt here again. Hooks the outside leg, and no, just a 2 count.
Cameron Cash certainly says she feels a lot more comfortable having spent time working throughout the independent scene. Of course, she has been a huge fan of Charlotte Flair, who inspired her to become a pro wrestler.
Riley Judah now sent in hard into the corner. Cash charges in, eats a back elbow right there to the teeth. And a big boot there from Riley Judah.
Riley Judah, who has spent some time in the Drum Corps, the Madison Scouts there in Madison, Wisconsin. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. A handful of hair and hard off the ropes goes Riley Judah, landing on the back of her head there. And Cameron Cash going to talk a little trash.
Yeah, she certainly. Well, Cameron Cash has been very good at talking trash. She's been talking trash since her first match back at Camp 17, and none of that has apparently changed.
Using that middle rope to her advantage here, the referee, Paul Santa, with the 5 count, reprimanding Cash here as Judah being choked there on that middle rope.
Cameron Cash admiring her work right now. And you got to think what it will do to this tag team to see indeed who wins this, who then walks and has the advantage when they go to work together in the future, knowing that they perhaps are the stronger member of the team.
Well, here's the question. Will they come back from this?
Well,
I don't know.
that's a great question.
I don't know. Will this feud just continue for years to come? A big spinning neck breaker there from Riley Judah, returning the favor from earlier in the matchup here. Can she take advantage? But look at her favoring her lower back. There's so much taken out of her.
You know, it's been said that good friends make for better enemies, and that certainly could be the case here with both Cameron Cash and Riley Judah. To your point, we could be seeing the makings of an eternal fight forever kind of feud.
We look at people like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Exactly.
So we'll see. You never know, GB, but now both ladies back up to their feet. Cash misses with a clothesline. Looks one of her own in a collision there in the center of the ring. Judah now with the upper hand.
And now we're starting to see Riley Judah really make a name here with these clotheslines.
Riley Judah fired up. The fans fired up right behind her here at the Nightmare Factory.
And now Riley Judah looking for the support that comes here from the Nightmare Factory faithful.
Stiff kick right to the midsection. What's Judah got in mind here? Double underhook. Cameron Cash trying to spin out of it, and she does. Now she catches Judah.
Cameron Cash using her height and strength advantage for like a perfect plex.
That's right. Pin attempt, no, 2 count.
That Fisherwoman suplex there, perfect form there from Cameron Cash.
Oh, she charges in, nobody home. Riley Judah out of the way. Roll up, and another 2 count.
Schoolgirl there, and big clothesline attempt missed.
Ooh,
and
shot
now,
to the midsection. And now going for that double underhook one more time is Riley Judah.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And once again, it looks like Cameron Cash trying to escape out of that.
Cash successful with the escape here. Ripcord clothesline, but she missed. Into a rear waistlock goes Riley Judah.
And here again is where we're seeing, again, these guys. Oh, wow.
Ooh, big back elbow from Cash. Breaks free of the hold.
You know, that elbow, oh, wow. That elbow and that boot had some stank on it. Perhaps, maybe, just maybe, Cameron wants to allow Riley to share the same look.
Pin attempt here on Judah. That might do it, GB.
She got her.
And Cameron Cash successful
Here's
here
your
tonight.
winner, Cameron Cash.
Well, I'll tell you what, the missing tooth certainly brought about the missing link as she figured out what she needed to do to get a massive victory here tonight.
Let me just tell you, this is not the last time that these two ladies will cross paths. I guarantee you that.
Absolutely not. Both of them have an extremely bright future, and I'll tell you this, I'd like to see us run this one back.
Absolutely.
This has the makings of something special. Well, look at her. She's saying 2-0. So there it is. But here's what we do know. It's almost main event time.
That's right. We got one more big match left here for Camp 19's Student Showcase. Let's send it back to the ring, to the lovely Diana Michelle.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event. The following contest is set for one fall.
EA Sports, to the game.
Introducing first, from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, London Lightning.
Well, we saw his brother earlier, GB. This is one half of Northern Thunder. This is the other half. The older brother, London Lightning. We talked to him backstage earlier. He said, maybe it's not a family business, but it is a family passion.
And certainly the passion runs deep here with London Lightning. We saw his brother earlier, such a great time, but think about how significant
And
it is
his opponent,
to find yourself in the main event of this incredible showcase, Camp 19. Here's the other half of our main event.
from parts unknown, Florida, Chuck Scully.
Well, indeed, parts unknown Florida, not to be confused with parts unknown Michigan or parts unknown Arizona.
Chop Scully.
Scully's a different kind of cat.
I tell you what, man, he's a piece of work. We talked to him backstage earlier, and I just didn't know what to think.
Did you actually talk to him, or did he talk to you?
He talked to me.
Yeah.
And afterwards I was like, I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah, Scully's a different
It's
kind of
just,
guy.
It's going to be interesting, to say the least.
It certainly is, and I'm excited to see this main event that's about to happen here for Camp 19.
Well, how about that? Nice toss there from London Lightning right to the waiting arms of our official, Lou Santiago.
Well done here.
And there's the bell in our main event here for Camp 19. is officially underway.
You know, you think about the varying main events that have happened here in these student showcases. I want to take us back to Camp 1. In that main event was a certain Carly Bravo, who these days is running around with championships. It's amazing to see what can happen when you spend time here in the Nightmare Factory. And you have to wonder, do either of these two competitors have a championship pedigree ahead of them?
Well, they both have the look, that's for sure. They both got the confidence. And, you know, normally you see a collar and elbow tie-up to start the match. They both went for a test of strength to start this matchup, and now both men trying to work on the left arm of the other. And right now, Chop Scully maybe with the advantage. No, maybe not. London Lightning, they were the – well, wait a second. Both men
Wow.
exchanging these arm drags tit for tat here.
And you can see why these two are already in the main event. These two just anything you can do, I can do better. What a great way to start this contest.
And a nice transition into a head scissors there from Chop Scully, but London Lightning able to kip up out of it. Looking for a hip toss there, but Chop Scully lands on his feet, and both of these guys very evenly matched up thus far, GB.
Here's what's so interesting about this. London Lightning has actually been in the ring now for 3 years, as opposed to Chop Scully. This is his debut match. Incredible.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And both men finding themselves here in this main event. And you saw the handshake there at the beginning of the matchup.
For sure.
Great sportsmanship for both of these competitors, and the crowd clapping right along with both men, behind both men so far in this matchup.
You know, such a huge match on a huge stage for both of these competitors. You know, so many people tuned in. Of course, the head coach, Cody Rhodes. People are so familiar with the guy who, for the second consecutive year, the #1 wrestler on the PWI 500 list. Everybody wants to follow in those footsteps, and these are the blueprints that have been set for these two amazing young competitors to follow.
Chop Scully going for a trip there. Leapfrog by Scully. Misses a clothesline. London Lightning now back in. Slams on the brakes and maybe looking for a hip toss here.
I'll tell you, I'm so incredibly impressed with the pace of this contest.
And both men hit a dead end here, right into the ropes.
And you can see what's exciting here. Both of these guys, you know, evenly matched here. And again, they understand what's at stake here. To win this matchup, the eyes of the wrestling world are paying attention. Future promoters are checking this out. Future fans are checking this out. You've got to wonder, indeed, they feel the weight of this contest and this main event on them here tonight.
They do indeed, and we've kind of reached a stalemate here, but no, finally, London Lightning picking the ankle of Chop Scully, but Chop Scully with a trip for London Lightning and a big hip toss.
You know, I'm starting to wonder what's going to have to happen for someone to get the advantage in this contest. Part of me wonders if they need to slow down the pace, and maybe the change of pace could do something here for this contest.
Well, they must be listening to us, GB, because that's exactly what's happening right here with Chop Scully, working on that left arm and trying to slow down the pace of this matchup.
And indeed, slowing down the pace gives you an opportunity to isolate a body part. Once you do that, you can certainly gain a definitive advantage in this contest.
Up and over goes Chop Scully. Charges it into the corner. Big splash in the corner there on London Lightning.
And now Chop Scully doing a little dance.
Counter there from London Lightning. But nobody home this time for Scully. Scully takes a big blow right to the lower spine there from Lightning.
I'll tell you what's so interesting about Chop Scully, which is one of the things we don't normally see here in a camp. We normally don't see a competitor donning a mask, and I wonder if him wearing a mask, being able to hide his facial expressions, can create some challenges there for his opponent, London Lightning.
Yeah, that's a great point, GB. It's a great point indeed. Is now London Lightning here with the upper hand, and Chop Scully trying to get back up to his feet here.
London Lightning there doing his very best, again, to really make a huge impression here tonight, here for all of those who are paying attention. And shout out to all of you who are joining us here tonight, checking out Camp 19 here on the Nightmare Family YouTube channel.
Big body shot there from Lightning, right to the midsection. Another one there to Chop Scully. Scully now bent over. Back up in the corner, going to get sent across here by Lightning. Oh, and look at the velocity there as Lightning leaving his feet, sending Scully there into the top turnbuckle.
And London Lightning is looking like, hey, this is easy work. Let me take care of my light work here. And as he's admiring that, one of the themes that we've seen all night long is the danger of admiring your work in a contest like this.
Lightning there, picture perfect suplex on Chop Scully. Going right for the pin here. That's what we talked about, GB. You don't want to take your time. You don't want to jaw with the crowd. Just take care of your opponent.
Well, that suplex and that pin attempt were deeply reminiscent of one of his all-time favorites and wrestling idols, that being, of course, the excellence of execution, Bret the Hitman Hart, a fellow Canadian in his own right.
Yeah, we were asking about some of his heroes, some of his inspirations in the wrestling business. He said, I'm Canadian. The only right answer is Bret the Hitman Hart.
Absolutely.
Man, oh man, there was a vicious chop from Chop Scully.
So you think about this, with that kind of pedigree, following the teachings of Bret Hart, the example of Bret Hart, but then showing up at the Nightmare Factory with, again, where the top wrestlers of the world are being produced, I'll tell you, it sets an incredible opportunity there for London Lightning.
Yes, indeed it does. As Lightning returned the favor there with a chop of his own, and I don't think he's done.
Oh
my goodness.
They heard that in downtown Atlanta, no doubt about that.
Do we call it a knife edge chop Scully?
I suppose.
I guess we are. We're going to now. Here we go.
And now here we go one more time.
Oh, but he missed that time. And this time Chop Scully with the boots to the midsection.
Scully certainly fighting back here. Oh boy.
Double leg takedown there from London Lightning. And now the right hands to the top of the forehead. And he's laying him in there, GB.
I'll tell you what, Chop Scully is feeling like Chop Suey right now with all of these punches and kicks that he's been on the receiving end of. Oh, wow.
Nice backbreaker.
Very unique.
Innovative offense there from London Lightning, and a pin attempt, but a 2 count.
London Lightning did a great job relative to doing what he needed to do to hook both legs, really forcing Chop Scully to have to kick out and use a lot of his power to do that.
You know, on the side of the shot there, you saw a little bit of that broken door. I'm still in disbelief. This is what we saw earlier in the night with the door being broken here right behind us. But, man, so much great action we've seen tonight at Camp 19's Student Showcase. And we're being capped off here with this great main event here with London Lightning taking on Chop Scully. Now look at the knuckles right into the ribs.
Yeah, this is a bit of a classic wrestling move that you're seeing right now, the abdominal stretch, which, again, a lot of people aren't using these days, but it really does work your insides, your core, and it makes it very, very difficult to breathe.
Chop Scully showing off the strength, though. Muscles his way out of that move.
Whoa.
Not
Barely
even
a 1 count on that one.
London Lightning back to his feet first.
London Lightning dominating this match right now, and Chop Scully is really rethinking quite a bit right now.
Scully's slow to get back to his feet here, and you saw the frustration on the face of Lightning, trying to figure out what it's going to take. What's he got to do next here to keep this guy down?
Chop Scully is doing his best to fight. He's trying to fight there from the position of the underdog right now.
Counter here by London Lightning. Oh, wait a second.
Wow.
Chop Scully with a Hurricane Rana. How about that?
Very creative move there from Scully.
And now, got the knuckles locked. Up to the top rope he goes. And a deep, deep arm track there from Chop Scully to London Lightning.
Well done by Scully, and now Scully is starting to feel the momentum shift, and this could bode well for him as he's starting to figure out his strategy here against London Lightning.
He charges in. Lightning saw him coming. Up and over goes Chop Scully to the outside. Now Scully from the ring apron. What's he got in mind here? Flipping over the top rope. He gets caught here. Around to the back, drop kick to the back, and now London Lightning gets sent outside into the guardrail.
I'll tell you what, now is that moment where you start getting into the deep waters of the match, and where many of the things that you've learned, now you're trying to figure out how best to implement them, and that's what we're seeing right now. What a shot there. Chop Scully.
Oh, heads up, heads up. A dive to the outside. Both men go down hard on the floor here. What a collision.
A huge collision there, both men on the outside, and I'll tell you what, I'm still having shivers from the last time a match went to the outside here at the Nightmare Factory.
Yeah, just a few minutes ago. Man, oh man, what a great main event though, GB. These two men so evenly matched up.
Incredible to see, and again, who do you think has the advantage right now?
That's what I'm saying, that's so even right now, it's hard to say, but Chop Scully just got caught, and he just stuck.
Wow.
He just stuck London Lightning with that DDT.
He really did, and that could do it.
Scully might have it here. Oh,
whoa,
no.
Whoa, he just barely got his shoulder up, that being London Lightning.
And Chop Scully right now, you see him, well, you can't really see his face, but
No,
you saw his reaction there, frustrated here, trying to, like he's shocked just like we are that Lightning was able to kick out of that DDT, a vicious DDT. He just got spiked right in the center of the ring.
He really did, and now we're going to see how deep the playbook is for Chop Scully. Can Chop Scully
Oh,
pull
boy.
something out of the arsenal here that could lead to a win?
Ooh.
But he took a little bit too long to get to the top rope.
Yeah, he was going all the way up top, but he got cut off there by London Lightning. And now Lightning trying to regroup here. Just laying in the right hands, right to the top of the head there of Chop Scully.
You know, you got to think about it. London Lightning certainly representing his native Canada. Meanwhile, you know, I don't know what they do there in parts unknown Florida, but I know this. One thing's for sure, Chop Scully does not want to leave this main event with a loss.
I do know that what they do there is different than what they do in parts unknown Michigan.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a collision there is. London Lightning hit hard coming off that second turnbuckle, and now heads up. Oh, nobody home.
Wow.
Chop Scully looking for a big splash from the top, but Lightning out of the way.
And now he gets caught.
Spine buster from London Lightning.
And that could be all.
And it's in here by Lightning.
And he
No. Another 2 count.
Wow. It certainly looked like he was he had him there.
I just can't pick, GB. You just can't pick. It's so evenly matched up.
And I love that. That's
Wow.
why this is the main event here for Camp 19. Meanwhile, London Lightning is trying to figure out what he has to do next.
And the crowd again coming alive behind both competitors here. And this great main event matchup.
Huge
Scully
main event here.
sent across here, and a body shot there from London Lightning right to the abdomen.
That's a shot you don't see very often.
Chop Scully, you hear him saying, yes, he can continue here as the official was checking on him. Both men now back up. Scully sent into the ropes, and
Oh, wow.
another body shot.
That's a bit of a headbutt there, and I understand now why the referee was checking for that. Trying to work on the abdomen there of Chop Scully. And it seems as though London Lightning believes that that headbutt should be able to work, as he's tried it twice and walked away expecting for his opponent to basically kind of surrender or submit.
Scully sent into the ropes one more time. Wait a second.
Oh, my gosh.
Canadian destroyer on the Canadian.
Well, I think that's a parts unknown destroyer.
Unbelievable move there by Chop Scully.
But can Scully follow up?
Scully all the way up to the top rope. London is down. There's a big splash. Pin attempt, will it be enough?
He got him.
And Chop Scully has
Here's
done
your
it.
winner, Chop Scully!
What a huge main event win for Chop Scully here at the Camp 19 Student Showcase, GB.
Well, I'll tell you what, it seemed like everybody might have been kung fu fighting. They might have been fast as London Lightning, but the truth of it is, Chop Scully found a way to get a win and walk out here at the main event of Camp 19.
Wow, it has been another great night, another great event here at the Nightmare Factory in Atlanta, Georgia. A great crowd on hand. And congratulations to all the campers here for Camp 19.
Absolutely, and I want to remind you that if you are interested in joining the Nightmare Factory for a future camp, head to the website nightmarefactoryga.com where you can sign up. Representing Brandon Benefield, I am Gerard Bonner. This is the Nightmare Factory, where we do the work.